Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I certainly hope you're doing fine. And I tell you what, I'm doing fine too. Glad to be with you one more time. I am truly grateful for that. And I want to start out by saying thank you very much for tuning in to me. I really appreciate it. And I would like to welcome each of you to another episode of TJ's Topics. And of course, you know who I am. I am TJ. And I tell you what, it is such a pleasure to be able to join you once again and to have you join me as well. I consider it a joy, an honor, and a privilege just to be able to come into your presence on any given occasion. It means the world to me. And before I even get into my topic for today, I would like to take this moment to acknowledge the fact that we are celebrating Father's Day. That's right. This is Father's Day weekend. And to all of you who are watching, if you are a father, I would like to extend my sincerest wishes to you. Happy Father's Day. Now, as for me, I'm not a father. I don't have any children. And, I played the role of daddy to a lot of kids in terms of, like children that I worked with in church in years past and children that I worked with in the community and even the kids at school that I used to interact with when I was on campus all those years. Because for the first 10 years that I worked in the school district, I was involved with the kids. I was around them every day. And because I was at a junior high school for 7 years, and then I was at an elementary school for 3 years, for a total of 10 years. But since I'm no longer on campus in that capacity anymore, I'm not really around students all that much now. I'm mostly around adults and, a few teenagers that I might see coming in the building where I am. I don't really fool with them. So unless they happen to need me for something, but it's all good because seasons change, of course. And when the seasons change, then we have to learn how to change with the seasons. With the season that we're coming out of and going into, we have to be reconditioned for that. And so that sort of ties in with what my topic is for today, which is you can't talk about what you don't know about. That's what I'm talking about today for just a few moments. You can't talk about what you don't know about. And as I said earlier, I'm not a father because I've never had any children. Therefore, I can't relate to all of the experiences of being a father because I've never had to deal with anything like that. I can't say what the future holds. I don't know if perhaps I will become a father if I happen to meet some special lady and she and I really hit it off. and she avails herself to me, if you know what I mean. and we have a baby. We will have to see what happens. And if it does, then hopefully it'll be before I'm too old to feel like worrying with a child. And hopefully it'll be before it's too late. Because there is a season for everything that we do in life, including becoming a parent and raising a child. And so for that reason, I can't talk about that type of experience because it's something that I've never dealt with before. And there are other things too that I can't talk about because I've never had to deal with. For example, I can't talk about what it's like to be pregnant, because I've never been pregnant. I don't have the ability to get pregnant. And there are ladies out here too who can't talk about being pregnant because they have never been there. They got the certain parts and stuff whereby they could be impregnated and all that. But if they have never experienced that, then they don't know what it feels like. And then there are some women who are not able to have children. They have been through things in their life that prevents them from carrying a child, from conceiving or carrying a baby, and so, and we empathize with them, and see, that's the thing. That's what's missing in society today: empathy. People just don't have that anymore. They don't know how to show compassion towards others. And perhaps that was the case in the past, but it may not seem so much the case today. And and I look at this political climate that we're in, and I really don't want to go there, but when you consider the things that are happening in the political world, with regards to this upcoming presidential election, and you look at what's happening up there in Washington with Congress, how much compassion and empathy do we see in our political leaders in this country? I mean, they look. Let's just go there. Okay, we're gonna go there. Okay, we're talking about, you can't talk about what you don't know about. Well, let's think about this for a moment. And we're talking about our political leaders, especially those in Washington, D.C. Now, there are a whole bunch of people up there in Washington who make boohoo's of money every year. I mean, they are multimillionaires. They got big bucks. They are living on top of the world, enjoying their mansions and driving their big fine cars or trucks or whatever. They take exotic trips around the world anytime they feel like going on vacation. They're able to send their kids to school, put them in whatever college they want to go to. It doesn't matter how much the tuition is, what the room and board might be, food and different things they got to have, their books and supplies and stuff like that. Price and cost, that's not even an issue with those people. Meanwhile, it's the taxpayers, those of us now, you and I, who are funding all of this. We make it possible for them to obtain all of the goods and all of the luxuries and things that they get to enjoy. Now, there may be some of them who started out somewhat poor or lower middle class or whatever, but that was so long ago. They have grown far beyond that financially. Therefore, they are at the place now where they simply cannot relate to the little guy. The people out here like us who are working every day, trying to make ends meet, trying to make an honest day's pay so that we can be able to afford a few of the things that we want in life and definitely take care of the business that we need to take care of. Paying our rent, mortgage, car insurance, buying groceries, getting supplies for our household, whether it be to clean up with or to do our laundry with. And think about the elderly, who are on a fixed income, Most of them who rely on nothing but Social Security don't really have too much of a pension, if they ever had one. Scraping to get by, living from 1 month to the next on a few $100s. Those politicians up there in Washington can't relate to that because they have millions of dollars in the bank and they don't even have to touch it. And the average salary of someone who is in the Senate or in the House of Representatives ranges somewhere around $174,000, $175,000 a year, which is quite good. Most people out here don't make that much money in a year's time. So, how in the world can they relate to someone who's poor or who doesn't have that much? The bottom line is, you can't talk about what you don't know about. And those people up there in Washington, they simply can't do that because most of them don't give a damn anyway. To be honest, they could care less about you and me and what we have or do not have. So, therefore, we don't need to worry too much about them either. Because they sure in the hell ain't worried about us. So, what do you think about that? How do you feel about people who like to get all in your business? Like to analyze your situation? Now, mind you, it's your situation and it's your shoes that you're walking in each and every day. But they want to try to come to you and tell you that, you don't know anything. They want to pick through your circumstances and point out things that they feel you need to change. But they don't know your situation though. Meanwhile, their business is all down the street. What they need to do is focus on their own business before they even think about coming over there trying to help you deal with yours. If they would do that, they would be doing pretty good. So on that note, I would like to say thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of TJ's Topics. I really do appreciate you stopping by. And be sure to stop by again to see me on next week when I will have another good topic of interest. Ain't no telling what that might be. And once again, I would like to say Happy Father's Day to all of you. And I hope all of you will have a very good Father's Day. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your kids, grandkids, nephews, nieces, cousins, whoever. And if you're a deadbeat dad, start taking care of your kids. Make sure they have what they need, because that is, in fact, the legacy that you're going to leave behind. Whether or not you took care of your children while they were growing up. Whether or not you were there for them in their time of need. And make sure that you treat the mother of your children right too, whether you're married or not. If she was kind enough to have your baby, be kind enough to, show her a little gratitude. It doesn't matter if you're together or not, just be kind to her. And you never know where it might lead. Okay? This is Taryn Jerome Harris, reminding you that every round goes higher and higher. I'll talk to you later.